Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel called In the Kitchen with BelindaD. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite desserts called Apricot Fruit Bars. Okay guys, so here are the ingredients that we use to make the apricot fruit bars, okay? So first we have flour, cinnamon, and a sprinkle of salt in this bowl. We have unsalted butter. We have pecans, we have sugar, egg whites, and we'll mix those up with the powdered sugar, and we have apricot preserves. Now, this is a brand that I use. I use Smucker's. I've always used it for many, many years. It's never disappointed. I love the taste, and it's just something I've always used, but you can use any brand that you choose. I'm not affiliated with this company in any way. I just love the way it tastes, and they always have what I want in this particular brand. And as far as the vanilla, we're going to use vanilla extract. This is a brand that I use. I just love the taste of it. It's very strong and powerful, and it makes your food, desserts or whatever you're making, taste so good. So this is what I use. And then of course you've got your bowl and your glass dish and everything. So now we're going to put everything together and show you how to make the fruit bars. Okay, so let's get started mixing. So first we're going to, I've already put the vanilla in the bowl. So we're going to just kind of, I added a sprinkle of salt and a little cinnamon in here. So we're going to go ahead and dump the flour in the bowl. We're just going to dump these 4 ingredients in here. And then we're going to put the sugar in. We're going to put the butter in. Okay. And we're going to dump the pecans in. Okay. And that's why you have gloves on. You're just going to take your hands and you're just going to mix it all up together until it gets crumbly. Might just take a couple of minutes to do that. Now, on this dessert, with this dessert, you can actually use other types of flavors of preserves. I sometimes will use strawberry, or I'll use peach, and I use those two because I think I've mentioned in previous videos that I started canning during the pandemic in 2020, and I make my own jellies and jams and preserves, and I made strawberry jams, jellies, and preserves as well as peach. So I'll switch up sometimes and I'll use that flavor as well. But I had a taste for apricot, so I wanted to make this recipe. They don't grow apricots here, so I did not make any apricot preserves, so I buy them. Okay, I think this is about ready to press down in the pan. I use glass, but if you don't have a glass pan, 9 by 13 is the size you need, then you can use whatever you have, as long as it's a 9 by 13. Okay, so now we're going to put this in the glass dish, and it doesn't have to be buttered or greased or anything because you already have your butter in the crust, the mix. So this is our crust, okay, and we're going to press it down really good in the pan, like so. And just use your fingers. You don't need to use a spoon or fork or knife or anything. Just use your fingers and press that down really good. Okay, so now we're going to put this in the oven and we're going to bake it for about 30 minutes until it gets nice and brown. And then once it's ready, we're gonna let it cool, and then we'll go over the next steps. But now we'll put it in the oven and we'll be back. Okay guys, so we're back. So the crust is where we need it to be for now. So now we're going to add the apricot preserves. It's still hot, so as soon as you take it out of the oven, you want to add the preserves because they tend to be a little bit chunky. So the heat from the crust will melt the preserves a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and add this, and then we're going to spread it out. Let's see, like so. And be very careful because you don't want to lift up any of the crust. So just, there's no fancy way to spread it. Just make sure you spread the preserves all over the crust. And it'll still, kind of melt a little bit once it sits. Again, be careful that you don't pull up any of the crust. Just be kind of gentle with it. Like so. Now the crust is not 100% done because we're going to put it back in the oven once we put the egg whites and the pecans on top. I'm going to get some in the corner over there. There we go. Smells delicious. Okay, so now we're going to blend the egg whites, okay, and we're going to gradually add in the powdered sugar. But for now, we're going to blend the egg whites. It's going to be a little noisy. Turn this up a little high. There we go. There we go. This may take a few minutes, so we want it to be nice and fluffy. I'd say maybe 5 minutes, but you'll be able to tell when it's, nice and fluffy and not too stiff. So we're going to go ahead and add in the powdered sugar, and we're going to keep blending it. I'd rather, I just use a hand mixer when I don't have, a cake to make or anything like that. It's just easier to do that. And it's not going to be really stiff actually when we pour it on there. It's going to be kind of in a liquid form. When we pour it on top of the crust of the preserves rather. But we're going to mix it probably for about 5 minutes. Okay, so actually guys, earlier I said we're going to mix this for 5 minutes. 5 minutes wasn't where I wanted it to be, so we're going to mix this for about 10 minutes. And look at the consistency of, it's not going to be like stiff like a meringue. That's not what this is. So, but look at the consistency of this. This is what we want, this consistency. So we're going to mix it for about 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes. So I think this is enough here. Okay. So we're gonna take this, let me see, move this over here. Now we're going to spread this on top of the preserves, just like that. Oh, that looks so delicious. Get all of that out of here. Okay, now we're going to spread it evenly over the dessert, over the entire, not just the preserves, just spread evenly over the entire bowl, or you know what I mean. Oh gosh, I can't talk tonight, guys. It's been a long day. And then I'm going to clean this up, wipe it, you know, the edges and everything off before I put it in the oven. Okay, so no one's perfect. We're allowed to have a few bad days, right? Okay, so now we've got that on here. Now I'm going to sprinkle it with about, I say 3/4 cups of nuts. Okay, you know, you can use less pecans if you want. I like lots of pecans, so I always put lots on here. But you can use, you know, make sure you use at least 1/2 cup, but I use 3/4 cup, okay? Now, and that's it, guys. That's our apricot dessert, or apricot fruit bars. So I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'm going to let it bake probably for about 30 minutes. And then once it's ready, we'll take it out and do a taste test. So we'll be back in about 30 minutes. Okay, guys, we're back. So this is the end results. This is the dessert. It is, oh my God, it smells so good in here. And it's so beautiful. It's just so pretty. It's still hot. We're going to let it cool a little bit. You want to serve it while it's still warm. Not hot, but just warm. So we're going to let it cool off just a little bit, and then we'll do a taste test, and we'll be back probably, we're going to let it cool probably for about 10 minutes. So we'll be back. Okay, guys, now it's time to taste. It looks really, really good, and it came out really good too. So, so we're going to taste it. And let's see here. Good. That came out really good. Oh man, that's delicious. Look at that. That is so good. So, excuse me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch me make this amazing dessert. And I hope that you try to make the dessert and you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for future recipes, and hit the like button if you like this video or like this recipe. And if you have any comments, we welcome all comments. Again, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and ciao for now.